Welcome, my friends. This video will not only improve your English, it will improve your mindset. It will make you question the way you live your life. It will give you tools to be more focused, more calm, and more powerful without shouting, without showing off. And most importantly, it will help you become the kind of person you secretly admire. So don't just watch this video, absorb it like your future depends on it. Because maybe it does. Let me ask you something. Have you ever felt like you're working hard, but not going anywhere? You check things off your to-do list, you try to be productive, but still you feel tired, scattered, and unsatisfied. You're busy, but not effective. You try to please everyone, your family, your friends, your boss, but somehow you forget yourself. You keep reacting to life instead of creating it. I've been there. Until I read one book that didn't just give me tips, it gave me a new way to think. The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen R. Covey is not a normal self-help book. It doesn't just tell you what to do. It shows you how to become the kind of person who naturally does the right things with strength, with clarity, and with purpose. The book talks about 7 powerful habits. But today we'll start with the first 3, the ones that happen inside you. These habits are not loud, they don't bring quick applause. They happen quietly, inside your mind, your choices, your heart. Stephen Covey calls them the private victory. Because before you can win in public, you must first win in private. Habit 1, stop reacting, start leading. Most people live life like passengers. They wait. They complain. They blame their past, their parents, their job, their country. They say, "I can't help it. This always happens to me. It's not my fault." But highly effective people, they take the driver's seat. They say, "I can choose how I respond. I may not control the storm, but I can control my sail. I create my life." This habit is about power, not over others, but over yourself. Example: a young man was always late for work. He blamed traffic, his alarm clock, even the weather. Then one day he said, "No more excuses. From today I am responsible." He started sleeping earlier, preparing his clothes at night, and setting 2 alarms. Guess what? His job didn't change, his timing did, his life did. The secret: he stopped reacting and started leading. Habit 2, begin with the end in mind. Here's a harsh truth. Most people are climbing fast, but they're climbing the wrong ladder. They chase money without asking why. They try to win arguments without realizing they're losing relationships. They stay busy but forget their purpose. This habit is about clarity. It asks you, what kind of life do you actually want? What kind of person do you want to be remembered as? Are your actions leading you there? Think of your life like building a house. You can work day and night, use the best tools, but if you're building the wrong house, all your effort goes to waste. So stop. Ask yourself, what does success mean to me? Not society, not Instagram, but me. And once you know, begin every action with that end in mind. Habit 3, do what matters most. This habit is hard because the world is full of distractions. Messages, notifications, emergencies, gossip, drama. Everyone wants your attention. But you must ask, what matters to me? What actions will move my life forward? What can I do today that my future self will thank me for? Most people are reactive. They do what feels urgent. They live like firefighters, always putting out fires, never building anything. Highly effective people live differently. They plan their day around what's important, not just what's loud. Let me give you a real example. A girl wanted to improve her English. She made a rule: 1 hour every morning, no phone, no excuses. In 6 months, Her speaking improved more than people who watched random grammar videos for years. Why? Because she put first things first. These 3 habits. They are quiet, they are private, but they are the foundation of every success you see in the world. Before someone becomes a leader, they first lead themselves. Before someone earns big money, they learn to manage small habits. Before someone inspires others, they learn to listen to their own voice. So here's your real-life challenge. Stop blaming. Start choosing. Stop running without a map. Start living with a mission. Stop being busy. Start being effective. In the next video, we'll explore how to win with others, how to build trust, speak powerfully, and create relationships that make you unstoppable. But for now, take one deep breath. And remember, you can't skip to the top. You must build from the inside. And it all begins with these 3 invisible habits. So listen closely, because the habits we'll talk about today, they don't just make you successful, they make you unforgettable. Now we move into the world outside. Because life is not just about your personal goals. It's about how you work with others, how you build partnerships, how you solve problems, not alone but together. This next section is called the public victory, and it's where your character meets the world. Habit 4, think win-win. Let's start with a simple truth. Most people are stuck in the win-lose mindset. If someone else wins, I lose. If they succeed, it means less for me. So I must compete, I must defend, I must win at the cost of others. That mindset is a trap. Stephen Covey teaches something better. Win-win. It means you win and I win. It means we succeed together. It's not soft, it's strong. It's not about being nice, it's about being wise. Let me tell you a story. 2 friends started a business. At first they worked well, but soon ego entered. Each one said, I do more than him, I deserve more money, I should be in charge. They began fighting, arguing over every decision. One tried to dominate, the other tried to defend. Eventually, the business collapsed. Now listen to this. Another 2 friends started the same kind of business, but they had a different mindset. They said, let's divide the work by strength. Let's build systems that benefit both of us. Let's make decisions that help the team, not just me. They shared credit, they solved problems together. They celebrated each other's wins. 5 years later, that business is still growing. Both are millionaires now. Why? Because they chose win-win. This habit applies to everything. At work, help others succeed instead of competing silently. In relationships, stop trying to be right and focus on finding the best solution. In family, create harmony, not power struggles. You don't grow by stepping on others. You grow by lifting together. Habit 5, seek first to understand, then to be understood. Now this habit is rare. Because let's be honest, most people don't listen to understand. They listen to reply. They wait for their turn to talk. They give advice before hearing the full story. They interrupt, they assume, they speak louder when they should be listening deeper. Stephen Covey says, most people do not listen with the intent to understand. They listen with the intent to reply. But highly effective people, they do something magical. They listen fully, silently, without judgment. They make the other person feel heard, valued, safe. And when someone feels truly heard, they open up, they trust you, they listen back. Let me give you a powerful example. A father had a teenage son who was failing school. They argued daily. The father kept giving advice. You need to study harder. Why are you wasting time? I know what's best for you. The son became distant, angry, silent. One day, the father tried something different. He said, "Son, I'm not here to lecture you. I just want to understand. Talk to me." And then he listened. No interruptions, no lectures, just listening. The son spoke for the first time in months. He said, "I feel like I can't live up to your expectations. I feel like a failure before I even try." That moment changed everything, because the father finally understood. From that day, their relationship started to heal, not because the father spoke better, but because he listened better. This habit is powerful in every area of life. In relationships, listen to understand your partner's pain. In business, understand your customer's real need before selling. In teaching, understand your students' confusion before explaining. When you make people feel heard, you become unforgettable. Habit 6, synergize. Now we come to habit 6, and this one is beautiful. It's the habit of creative cooperation. Synergy means 1 + 1 = 3. It means when two people work together, not in conflict, not in control, but in collaboration, they can create something bigger than what either could do alone. Most people believe in my way or the highway. They think, I know best. It's either my solution or a bad solution. If you disagree with me, you're wrong. But highly effective people, they're open, curious, flexible. They ask, what's your idea? How can we combine our strengths? What can we create together that neither of us could do alone? Let me give you a story. A school principal wanted to change the way kids were learning. The teachers were scared. We've always done it this way. The parents were nervous. Don't risk our children's education. The principal could have forced the change, but she didn't. Instead, she invited everyone to share ideas. She listened to the fears. She asked for suggestions. She brought people together. In the end, they created a new system, one that mixed the old and the new. The results? Students became more engaged, teachers felt empowered, parents were proud. That's synergy. It's not about winning arguments. It's about creating better solutions together. You can apply this in your life today. At work, ask your team, what can we create together? In family, combine ideas instead of fighting over who's right. In friendships, respect differences because that's where creativity lives. Synergy requires humility, it requires trust. But it creates magic. Let's step back for a moment. Look at what these 3 habits teach you. Win-win, you don't have to lose so others can win. Understand first, listening is more powerful than speaking. Synergy, together we can create something greater. These are not small tricks. They are life principles. If you master these habits, people will notice. Not because you talk louder, but because you connect deeper. You'll be the person others want to work with, trust, follow, and grow with. That's what public victory looks like. Let me leave you with a challenge. For the next 3 days, in every conversation, try to listen 2x more than you speak. In every disagreement, ask, how can we both win? And in every team or group situation, say, let's build this together. You'll be shocked at how quickly things change. Because when you shift from ego to empathy, from competition to collaboration, your whole world transforms. In the next section, we'll talk about habit 7, the habit that holds everything together. It's about taking care of your mind, body, heart, and spirit. It's about renewing yourself so you can grow forever. But until then, remember, you don't succeed alone. You succeed with others. And when you help others win, you win too. You are not just here to exist. You are here to connect, to contribute, to collaborate. So go be that kind of person. The world is waiting for you. Now we talk about a habit that is often forgotten. But without it, everything breaks down. This is the habit of renewal. The habit of self-care. The habit of sharpening your own saw. Let me ask you something. Have you ever felt exhausted, not just in your body, but in your mind, in your soul? You try to be productive, you try to be kind, you try to stay motivated. But slowly, your energy fades. Your patience disappears. Your creativity dies. You keep pushing, but nothing flows. You keep working, but everything feels heavy. That's what happens when we don't sharpen the saw. Stephen Covey tells a beautiful story. Imagine two men in a forest. Both are cutting trees. The first man is working fast. He's sweating, chopping nonstop. He's in a hurry, no time to rest, no time to think. The second man stops every hour. He takes time to clean and sharpen his saw. By the end of the day, guess who cut more trees? The one who paused, because a sharp saw is more powerful than a tired man. And your saw is you. Habit 7, sharpen the saw. This habit is about renewing your 4 energies. Physical, your body. Mental, your mind. Emotional/social, your heart. Spiritual, your soul. Covey says, sharpen the saw means preserving and enhancing the greatest asset you have, you. Let's break each one down. Flexed biceps. 1. Physical, renew your body. Most people abuse their body in the name of productivity. They skip sleep. They eat junk. They sit all day, staring at screens. They say, I'll rest later, but later never comes. And one day, their body says, enough. Energy crashes, illness arrives, life slows down. Highly effective people treat their body like a temple, not a trash can. They understand. If I don't have energy, I can't focus. If I don't have health, I can't help others. If I don't feel strong, I won't act strong. You don't need to run a marathon. You don't need to join a gym. Just build small, daily habits. Drink more water. Take 10-minute walks. Stretch your body. Eat 1 healthy meal a day. Sleep on time. These are not just health tips, these are success tools. Because a tired body creates a tired life. But a strong body gives you momentum. Brain 2, mental, renew your mind. Now let's talk about your mind. In today's world, your mind is under attack every second. Social media, news, ads, messages, notifications. You scroll for hours and wonder why you can't focus anymore. You watch quick videos and wonder why books feel boring. You answer 100 texts and wonder why your thoughts feel scattered. Let me ask you, when was the last time you sat in silence just to think? When was the last time you read something deep, not just fast? Your mind is like a garden. If you don't plant flowers, weeds will grow. Stephen Covey says, you must feed your mind with good, clean, powerful information. So here's how you sharpen your mental saw. Read books, even 10 minutes a day. Write down your thoughts. Journaling clears your brain. Watch content that stretches your thinking, not just entertains you. Learn something new, a language, a skill, a subject. These habits will make your thinking sharp, your memory strong, your decision-making clear. In a noisy world, a clear mind becomes your superpower. Yellow Heart 3, emotional and social, renew your heart. This one is often ignored, but it's crucial. You can have energy, you can have knowledge. But if your heart is broken, your relationships are toxic, or your confidence is low, you will struggle. Stephen Covey reminds us, our emotional life must be nurtured, or it will quietly control us. Let me ask you, are you surrounded by people who lift you or drain you? Do you feel supported or lonely even in a crowd? Are you kind to yourself or your own worst critic? Highly effective people build emotional strength. They forgive not to forget, but to be free. They express appreciation, not just to others, but to themselves. They talk to friends who listen, not just speak. They take breaks from negativity, even if it comes from family or friends. And most importantly, they speak kindly to themselves. They say, I made a mistake, not I am a mistake. I'm learning, not I'm a failure. I'm growing, not I'm behind. Your emotional habits become your emotional home. So build one that feels safe, warm, and empowering. Fire 4, spiritual, renew your soul. Now we reach the deepest part. Your spiritual energy. This is not about religion. This is about purpose, values, meaning. It's about asking, why am I here? What do I stand for? What kind of impact do I want to leave on this world? You can have money, success, fame. But if your life feels empty, you will never be at peace. Covey says, without spiritual renewal, we lose our soul. We become machines, busy, efficient, but hollow. So how do you renew your soul? Spend time in nature. Even 5 minutes of silence outside can ground you. Reflect on your values. Write down what matters most to you. Practice gratitude. List 3 things you're thankful for every day. Serve others. Help someone without expecting anything back. Meditate, pray, or simply breathe in silence. These simple acts reconnect you with something bigger than your schedule. They remind you that you are more than your problems, more than your deadlines, more than your to-do list. You are a human being, not just a human doing. Let's take a breath together right now. Inhale. Exhale. Ask yourself, am I sharpening my saw, or am I just sawing harder with a dull blade? Why this habit matters more than you think. Most people burn out, not because they don't work hard, but because they don't renew. They keep going and going and going, until one day they collapse, mentally, physically, emotionally. You've seen it, maybe you've felt it. Sharpening the saw isn't lazy, it's wise. It's the secret of long-term success. Think of elite athletes. They train hard, but they also rest hard. They eat well, sleep well, recover well. Why? Because they know, if I break, the mission breaks. If I'm not strong, I can't serve. You must treat yourself the same way. So what can you do starting today? Let me give you a simple system. Every day, ask yourself, have I renewed today? My body, my mind, my heart, my spirit. Even if it's just 10 minutes for each, that's enough to stay sharp. You can do 10 push-ups body. Read 5 pages mind. Call a good friend heart. Write 1 line in a gratitude journal spirit. It's not about perfection. It's about consistency. Small renewals, every day, build unstoppable momentum. So now you've seen it. The 7th habit. The habit that makes all other habits possible. The habit of self-renewal. The habit of self-respect. The habit that whispers to you, even on the busiest days. Slow down, refill, recenter, realign. Because a sharp you is a strong you. If you've come this far, you already know what the 7 habits are. But let's take one clear look at all of them together. 1. Be proactive. Take responsibility for your life. Don't wait, don't blame, choose your response. 2. Begin with the end in mind. Live with vision and purpose. Don't run fast in the wrong direction. 3. Put first things first. Focus on what matters most, not what screams the loudest. Say no to distractions. 4. Think win-win. Life is not a competition. True success means everyone wins. 5. Seek first to understand, then to be understood. Listen deeply. Don't try to be right, try to connect. 6. Synergize. Combine differences, create magic together. 1 + 1 = 3. 7. Sharpen the saw. Take care of your body, mind, heart, and soul. A dull tool cannot build a sharp life. Now these might sound simple, but living them, that's the real challenge. Why most people fail after reading this book. Let me be honest with you. Most people who read this book feel inspired. They highlight sentences, they nod their heads, they tell others, this book changed my life. But 30 days later, nothing changes. Why? Because they try to do everything at once. They forget that habits take time. You don't grow muscles in one day at the gym. You don't build fluency in 1 week of practice. And you don't become highly effective by reading a book. You become effective by living the book. One habit, one decision, one day at a time. So let's talk about how to live the 7 habits in your real daily life, even when things get busy, stressful, or uncertain. Step 1, start with just one habit. Don't try to master all 7 in 1 week. Pick one habit that speaks to you the most right now. Ask yourself, what's the one thing I'm struggling with the most? Do I need to be more responsible? Habit 1. Am I living without direction? Habit 2. Am I always distracted? Habit 3. Are my relationships full of conflict? Habit 4, 5, 6. Am I burning out? Habit 7. Pick one. Focus on it for 30 days. Make it your mantra. Write it on your wall. Repeat it in your journal. Live it, don't just read it. Step 2, design a weekly check-in. Every Sunday or any day you like, sit with yourself for just 15 minutes. Ask, what habit did I practice this week? What situations tested me? Did I act out of fear or purpose? What did I learn? What will I do differently next week? This is your time to sharpen your awareness, and that awareness becomes transformation. Because most people live on autopilot. Highly effective people live on reflection. Step 3, keep a habit journal. Stephen Covey says, you can't manage what you don't measure. So start a small journal, digital or physical. Every day, write. One habit you use today. One thing you're proud of. One thing you could improve. One person you connected with. One thing that sharpened your saw. These tiny moments, when collected, become giant growth. Step 4, use the habits in real conversations. Here, where the real magic happens. Use these habits while speaking to people. When someone is upset, practice habit 5. Let me understand first. When solving a conflict, use habit 4. How can we both win? When you feel defensive, take a breath and choose habit 1. I control my reaction. Your relationships will change. People will say, there's something different about you. And the truth is, you've become intentional. That's what leadership is. Step 5, teach what you learn. There's a secret habit not written in the book, but it's the one all great leaders use. Teach. When you teach something, you learn it twice. Share one habit with a friend. Explain one idea in your language. Record a voice note to yourself about what you learned. You don't need to be perfect to share. You just need to care. Real-life example, how these habits saved a career. Let me tell you a quick story. A young woman named Asha worked in a company where she constantly felt misunderstood. Her manager spoke fast. Her team never listened. She was ready to quit. Then she read the 7 habits. She started small. She focused on habit 5, listening. In meetings, she stopped reacting. She took notes. She asked questions calmly. Her team noticed. She began using habit 4, finding win-win solutions when there were disagreements. She no longer wanted to win the argument. She wanted to solve the problem. After 3 months, her manager promoted her. Not because her skills changed, but because her approach changed. That's the power of living the habits, quietly, daily, persistently. The habits don't end, they evolve. One more thing you need to know. These 7 habits are not a ladder. You don't finish habit 7 and say, I'm done. They are a cycle. Each habit supports the next. Each one feeds the others. When you're tired, you return to habit 7. When you're confused, you go back to habit 2. When you feel triggered, you breathe into habit 1. When you feel alone, you practice habit 4, 5, and 6. They become your operating system, like software for your soul. And every day you use them, they get easier, stronger, deeper. Until one day, people around you notice. You're calm when others panic. You're clear when others are lost. You're kind when others are cruel. You're consistent when others are emotional. They ask, what's your secret? And you'll smile and say, it's not a secret, it's just 7 habits, but I live them. Final reflection. Let's pause now. You've come a long way. 4 videos, 7 habits, countless ideas. But now it's time to ask, how will I live this? You don't need to change your whole life overnight. Just change one moment. When you want to complain, be proactive. When you feel lost, begin with the end in mind. When you're overwhelmed, put first things first. When conflict rises, think win-win. When emotions rise, seek first to understand. When teamwork is needed, synergize. When burnout whispers, sharpen the saw. One moment at a time. One habit at a time. One life designed by you. Final gift for you. Let me leave you with this. You don't need more motivation. You need more repetition. So save this video. Watch it again. Share it with someone who needs it. Write down the habits. Start with one, live it. Let it grow you. The most powerful people in the world are not loud. They're not lucky. They're not born different. They are simply people who live by principles, who build good habits, and who don't stop when life gets hard. Be one of them. You have everything you need inside you. Now go and live effectively. Your future is waiting.